Okay, so when we're doing LRGB or if you're doing narrowband, there's a couple of settings you need to bear in mind when you're on the first tab, which is your load tab. This is where you're going to load your lights and all your calibration frames if you're using. One of the first things you want to do is click on multi-channel filter processing if you're using LRGB or narrowband. If you're shooting one-shot color, you do not need to select multi-channel filter processing. To start off with, we're going to load our lights. So we're going to go to our APP tutorial where we've got our information stored, and we're going to go into lights. Now you cannot load all these at one time. You do need to individually load them and assign them. So we're just going to select, there we go, all of our blues, click open, and we're going to assign them to a channel. So if you opened your luminance, assign to luminance. If you opened red, assign to red, open green to green, blue to blue. And of course your narrowband, hydrogen alpha, sulfur 2, oxygen 3, nitrogen 2, or whatever you happen to be loading here. So we're going to start with, I selected blue, so I'm going to select blue and load it. And you will see down here on the bottom, this is your working schedule as things move. As you're loading things, it'll come up down here. So I'm going to leave those in there. We got blue. And the next thing we're going to do, I'll go ahead and point this out. So if you loaded the wrong thing, you weren't sure what you selected, you can click on all and then clean, which will take everything back out again. Be sure when you go to reload again though that you select all again. Otherwise, if you leave it as none, you will not be assigning anything to that tab. So leave that as all. Alright, start again. We're going to go and load our blue. There we go. And blue. And we're going to do the same thing. For our reds, we're just going to go up one directory. We'll go to green, since that's the next one on the list. There's all our greens. Open, assign to green, so on and so forth. So as you see down here at the bottom, we've loaded our red, green, and blues, so those are all there. The next thing we do is going to go to flats. So we're going to click on flats. We're going to go up in our tree. Go to flats, and your flats of course have to match your lights. So you've shot flats for the different channels that you were shooting, so same thing, we're going to do this again. We're going to go into the color, select, and assign it to the channel that the flat belongs to. In this case was blue. There we go. Next up is going to be your darks, so you want to select your darks. Same exact thing. Now the only difference with the darks is your darks do not apply to individuals. They can go against all. So we're going to select calibration frames for darks, click open, and we're going to assign to all channels. So if that is not checked, be sure that you check all channels. We're going to do that for our darks. We don't have any dark flats, so we're not going to load those, but we do have biases. So we're going to go in, select bias. Load those frames, open, assign to all channels, and there we go. So we have our lights loaded, our flats loaded, our darks, and our biases. Now you can create master flats, you can create master darks, you can create master dark flats, master biases, and you can also create a bad pixel map from here. If you look at Sarah Wager's videos, she does go over on how to create these and maintain them. However, for the beginner, we're not going to worry about that. However, we will be doing a bad pixel map, but we will do that on the calibration tab. At this point, you're done, and we're going to move on to number 2.